this video, we're going to talk about how to create the company-wide forecast for all the projects what the company handles. It can be 5 projects, it can be 500 projects, it doesn't matter. The entire process can be done really fast with a very, very easy to use online spreadsheet, what multiple people can contribute to. And even if it's just one project manager, 5 project managers, or 10 project managers, or whatever the number is, they all can contribute to the process easily. So first of all, the first step is to create a template for people to enter their information. So here I created a template, I call it project 1. And the second column here is the segment. The first segment is billings. Obviously, we'll have to bill the client somehow to make sure what we collect the cash. Then there are cost elements for each type of cost. So there is direct labor, project management, materials, equipment, office expense, subcontracts, other costs. You can customize it any way you like. And by the way, you can find a link to this spreadsheet in my YouTube video link. Then you do the unit of measure for this type of cost element. Then you can go into more details and assign labor categories, which is essentially the people who will be working in these activities. So for direct labor, we have 4 labor categories. But again, you can customize the spreadsheet whichever way you like and create hundreds of categories if you want to. Then there are different labor categories for project management. There are no additional categories for other type of cost. So now, essentially, what you want the project manager to do is to enter hours forecast for each person. So, for example, for that project 1, electrician will have to work these hours for those periods, what you have in the top. So every project manager can fill this information out pretty easily. They don't need to have any special knowledge. Or even the field superintendent can manage this information. So the beauty about this online spreadsheet is what multiple people can enter, review, and edit and approve the information entered. So it's very easy for multiple people to use. So then once they fill out the hours, obviously you need to input the wages for these people, and then the system will calculate the dollars. For example, if you have so many hours at these wages, that's the total dollar value of that expense. Same for your project management team. That translates into specific dollars. And now you have to use your budget for other types of expenses and then spread that expense out. It can be multiple ways of doing it. Either you just do a straight line, or you do a relationship to the labor, or any other. And then in the end, you arrive at your total cost at completion for this project, which is essentially how much money you're going to spend to deliver the project. Then this template now calculates your percent completion, which is a ratio of how much money you spend in each of the periods to the total budget. So that basically drives your revenue recognition, which is another beauty of the spreadsheet. It can do the whole accounting for you for that project. So then finally you do your revenue. So revenue recognition across the entire project life equals to billings. But as you can see, the amount of revenue recognized in every period is different from amount of billings you submit to the client every period, because revenue is calculated based on percent completion, while billings are calculated based on how you bill your client. So those two do not necessarily match by each period, but total amount across the entire project will reconcile. So 101,000 in this case, and again 101,000. So gross profit by month. So essentially, it's a difference between your revenue and your cost, and you can calculate your gross margin every month for this project. Now it comes to gross profit percentage. So here we are, earning a healthy 22%. Then finally, you have a cash flow forecast, which is essentially attached to the cost forecast. So in this case, I inserted this rule: what the billings are collected 30 days after submitted to the client. The cash outflow basically depends on what type of cost. Your payroll, your wages immediately cash out of the door, while all the other expenses are 30 days delayed. You can do 45 days, 60 days, whatever works for you. The spreadsheet is pretty flexible. And now the most valuable information, which is your net cash. Is this project going to be cash positive or cash negative throughout its life? It's very important for companies to maintain cash positive situation, and thus they need to make sure what the billings cover that. So for example, here, if the PM wants to change how they bill the client, like bill like very little in the beginning and then catch up, like for example in here, that model immediately tells you what the project will be cash negative for the first 6 months, 5 months of the project, and only catch up later, which is not a fortunate situation. So you want your project manager to see if they can bill ahead of time in the beginning of the project versus later. And this way, the project remains maintains a healthy positive cash position. So the beauty of this template is what it allows project managers to essentially see the direct correlation between how they forecast the project and what the outcome of that forecast is for the accounting department. And now your project managers can manage and project the project to achieve the most advantageous situation for the company. They also can essentially self-enter information here and see the result instantly calculated. That template can be customized to go for multi-year projects. It can be customized for whatever you like, but it's a good starting point, and it allows you to very quickly build a project forecast. Now we're going to extend that to other projects. So essentially, as long as you can maintain the same exact template, people can forecast project 2, project 3, and all the way till the end very quickly, and thus produce your company-wide forecast for your all of your projects. So finally, after all the projects are entered, now you can see the total result. So let me do them all. Okay. All right, so this is your total. Essentially, it's a sum total of all of your projects, and now you can see what your total cash will be, how many labor hours you have worked for, how many project management hours, how many other materials and other items will be expended every month. And now you can plan your manpower forecast. You can plan your PMO office here, and you can tell, okay, do I have enough projects to keep my people busy, or do I need to get more work, or do I need to fire somebody? Like obviously here, you can tell what most of the team will be very light as far as being busy with projects, and therefore the team seems to be overstaffed, but not complete because people might have to work more hours in each project individually. I just use this as an example. All right, so you guys can access in the link below. So please use it for your advantage. You can see many other accounting tools here, what I have separate videos for. So please feel free to use all of my Excel tools for your job. All right, see you in the next video.